So let's see what the discussion is going to be today. The rise of the laboring classes, signs of devotion, staying away from the body conformations, practice is necessary. Peace does not come easily. Example of the hereditary farmer. The cry for help will naturally burst forth with the real want is felt. So the place again is Belur Mutt. Time is April 27th, 1932. While reading the magazine Asia, published from USA, Mahapurushji came across the news that unemployment has been abolished by law in Russia. This delighted him very much, and he said, "Bravo, well done." Such news gives one real delight. So, see, so much of delight for this reason. That is a very important aspect. Mahapurushji is very happy that the labor class is being helped. Alas, just look at the sorry plight of the laborers in India. Whoever thinks of the poor in a dependent country, will they never have better days? Master, please do something for them. For you came for the poor and afflicted, to be sure. As he spoke, he became overwhelmed with feeling and remained silent for a while. Then he added, "But it will surely come to pass. Some way out will surely be found." Swamiji declared that this was the age of the rise of the Shudra power. So, Shudras, in other words, the laboring class power, and one can notice the symptoms already. A new consciousness is stirring the laboring classes all over the world. India, too, will not be left behind. No external forces will be able to hinder this power, for behind this lies a divine power. The spiritual struggles undertaken by the incarnations of this age. It was Swamiji alone who foresaw the innumerable ways in which the power of the Master would find its outlet through diverse channels in diverse modes. Few others could visualize that. Just before his passing away, the Master communicated his spiritual power to Swamiji and declared, "I now become bankrupt by transferring all that to you." And he entrusted Swamiji with the mission of the propagating the message for the age. Strengthened by that force, Swamiji too worked for the good of the world. The ideas he left behind will work themselves out in various countries through various channels and through various persons. As a result, all countries will have all round development. This is what Mahapurushji predicted at that time. When an initiated boy disciple of his came in and saluted him, he affectionately told him to sit in front of him. After inquiring about his health, he asked, "Do you practice japa regularly?" "You must do so with all earnestness. Never forget to make your japa. Do you understand? The Master is the incarnation of this age. When you go on repeating his name, your mind will be filled with untold joy. Pray to him with all your heart. Master, I am a boy. I know nothing. Be kind to me. Fill my heart with faith and devotion, and reveal to me your own reality. That will bring you full success. Call on him unceasingly and with sincere imploring. When you meditate, you should think that your Guru is looking at you with all affection and you are looking at him with love. Success doesn't come in a day. Go on practicing like this with a simple heart and everything will come all right. Then he offered the boy some sweets and fruits that had been offered to the master and had him eat these in front of him. When he went out to the terrace to wash his hands and mouth, Mahapurushji remarked, "The boy has promising signs. He will succeed." We can study people from their very look. The Master taught us such things. It is not enough to have merely a nice outward expression. The true signs of devotion are different. A certain devotee saluted him and told him of his difficulties thus: "Sir, I have been practicing japa and meditation, but I fail to derive any joy from these. I am also not able to concentrate my mind. Kindly bless me and instruct me so that I may derive joy." "Is it so easy, my son, to derive such joy from japa and meditation?" intervened Mahapurushji. "It comes from long practice. You have to practice hard. The mind must be pure. The more intimate the relation you can have with God, and the more you can call Him with love, the more joy you will get from His name. God's name and God Himself are not different. He is full of love, full of bliss. And more you call and think of Him, the more blissful you will be. But nothing can be had with a restless mind. Go on practicing japa, meditation, and prayer intensively, and you will find that you have acquired fresh energy in body and mind. Gradually, you will have a stronger liking for His name. The mind generally remains scattered over many objects. That scattered mind has to be gathered together and concentrated on the object of meditation. Pray earnestly. Prayer is very helpful. When you feel that you cannot engage yourself in japa and meditation, you should then pray earnestly and sincerely. You should also come here now and then and associate it with the monks. That will strengthen your mind greatly. When you come to the monks, you should talk with them about God, and that with all sincerity and devotion. If, on the contrary, you talk of other things, you gain nothing thereby. On the other hand, you waste the monk's time on small little trivial things. The main thing that matters is to live with God in various ways and forever with the help of japa, meditation, prayer, spiritual thought, study of the scriptures, and discourses about God. We all are able to live with God. Well, can you do one thing? Go immediately to the shrine and with your gaze fixed on Sri Ramakrishna, pray to him. Say, "Master, you save me. I am helpless and ignorant. Lord, be merciful to me. Take pity on me. Make me strong. One of your sons himself has sent me to you." Pray piteously like this, and He will take pity. He will fill your heart with joy. In the afternoon, his letters were being read out. When a letter from a certain devotee was read, he remarked, "That's just as it should be. If one has that kind of true earnestness, one need have no more uncertainty. Write to him. Weep sincerely, call on Him ardently and piteously. Feel the sorrows of the world as deeply as you can. Be on fire, as it were, and then only will realization come." The Master used to say, "Worldly people cry ever so much for their wives and children, but how many really weep for God? One that weeps because of the thought that he has not been vouchsafed the vision of God is a really fortunate man. He has already been vouchsafed by the mercy of the Lord. There can be no doubt as to that. Is it so easy to attain peace? How can peace come so long as one does not become enlightened? The real peace comes only when the mind becomes absorbed in Him, not earlier. This is not a thing to come all of a sudden. One has to persevere diligently like any born farmer who does not become dejected by repeated failures but sticks to his farm, come what may. One disciple had prayed to him that he might be granted pure love for the lotus feet of the Master even in this life. In answer, he directed it to be written, I am very delighted to learn, my son, that you feel a sincere desire in your mind to acquire true love and faith at the lotus feet of the Master. Pray to him most fervently. He knows one's heart. He knows what he should give to his devotee and when. Continue to remain at his feet, taking refuge in him. A true devotee does not worry about his birth or that. That's all, a very low idea. Rather, pray to the Master for full faith, devotion, and love. Don't talk to him about this birth or that. May you filled May you be filled with faith, devotion, and love. That is all that I pray. A true devotee's prayer will be this: O destroyer of hell, wherever I may dwell, in heaven, hell, or this earth, according to thy wish, this is the prayer I most want to offer, that in birth after birth I may have unshakable devotion at thy lotus feet. If one has unshakable love at his feet, every place becomes heaven to one. Everything is then full of bliss. You may have this by his grace. In answer to another disciple's letter, his reply ran thus: Anyone who longs for the Lord gets him, but the longing must be genuine. The call must be earnestly done. Then only does he reveal himself. The Master used to say, God is like Uncle Moon, an uncle or a near one, equally to all children. Anyone that wants him gets him. Nobody can teach another how to lament his separation from the Lord. That comes only when the time is ripe. The cry for help will naturally burst out of the inmost core of one's heart when one feels the real want, when one feels in agony just because one has not seen God, when the whole world appears as void in his absence. No one can say when that blessed moment will come. That state will come only when He is gracious and when you feel it in your own heart. Go on calling upon Him with earnest supplication. Pray incessantly. Lord, take pity on me, be gracious to me. He will hear your prayer. I give you that assurance. He is the fulfiller of all the wishes of his devotees. I pray from my heart that the Lord may fulfill your desire. So we all pray that the Lord may fulfill our desires. I pray for you all that the Lord may fulfill your desires too, and we may have earnest desire for that lotus feet. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Do stay tuned to Devakshar, like and share our videos, and subscribe to our channel if you already haven't. Thank you so much for being with us. Namaskar.